It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
It's Thursday, July the 6th, 2023.
It is?
This is the morning show. That's Scooter the Smart Aleck.
Whoop, whoop. That's me.
We try this again?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
I like the way you do that with that look. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday, July the 6th, 2023. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is the morning show. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callis.
How are you?
Just wonderful.
Just wonderful, huh?
Did you get any of that big wind last night?
Yes. We got wind. We got...
I know you got some yesterday afternoon, but did you get any from last night?
I don't remember.
There was another round of pretty good winds that come through last night.
I know there was debris everywhere when I got up this morning, as far as little things everywhere. But I got to give my house credit. You can't hear anything in that house.
Not.
You know, it's got that. I mean, my walls are
4-inch foam.
9 inches.
9 inches of foam.
And you can't hear the wind when it was hitting the other day. And I was telling you
for the apocalypse.
I was telling you yesterday when the storm had come through. I only knew how bad it was from our cameras that were going off because debris was flying in front of
Right.
me. So I went and opened the front door, and holy cow. So last night I had no clue.
Coming down college this morning, it was covered with leaves and small branches and little limbs, and so it must have really come pretty hard.
We lost a pretty good branch from a tree on the road coming in.
Really?
They got it pushed to the side there off of my gravel road.
Hospital, that one building at the hospital lost the whole roof.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's always a bad thing. That just nothing good come out of that. Losing a roof, because once the roof is gone, then the rain's right behind it and everything in there is trashed.
Yeah. Can you imagine sitting there working and see it's kind of windy outside, and then all of a sudden you can look up and you can see the rain coming at you?
That happened to me one time in a tornado.
Yeah?
Yeah, that wasn't. I was under the table, and literally it pulled the roof off and ripped it. You could watch it go away, and there wasn't a whole lot of rain at first, but to me, what got me is, and I don't know if it like forms a. I know it doesn't form like a vacuum where it can suck you necessarily out of a hole, but I couldn't breathe. It completely took my air away, where I couldn't catch my breath.
And you never got over it?
Yeah, until I got over it. And that's why I'm coughing today now. Smart Aleck. Good roll. But then the rain came after that and destroyed everything that was left. So
yeah, kind of wild. Big day today?
Not too bad, actually. I got some lab works I got to do today, so I have not eaten today. I can't drink.
Oh, you're angry, are you?
I can't drink my Sprite. I'm allowed 2 bottles of water. And that's it.
Nice.
So, of course, with my coughing and stuff going on there, that's going to be great. 2 bottles of water. That's it. Okay. I'm sipping and nursing the best that I can.
There you go.
So I may cough a little bit more. So
You may.
I may.
Be glad when the day comes when you can cough a little bit less.
I am ready.
How about a morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas? 29 locations to serve you, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. With all our respect is not just their motto, it's the way they do business. Renata Jenkins-Byler and her staff do a wonderful job all across the state of Arkansas to help you in your time of need and your time of sorrow. And now the morning prayer. Lord, we just pray for Scooter's cough that he has. Lord, we just pray that the test that he has done today, his lab work goes well. Lord, we just pray that you will be with him as he deals with that, as he's been dealing with it for the last month or so. Lord, we just pray that you will send a healing angel and let this clear up. Lord, want to pray for a family that lost some loved ones in a bad car accident yesterday. Two residents from Cotter, won't mention any names. Lord, you know who they are and you know who the family in need is. But we also want to pray for the young adults that were from Texas that were here. This was not in Mountain Home, but in the area that were injured in that accident as well, and the other person as well. Lord, we just pray that you would be with their families as they deal with the loss of their loved ones and the injuries that were sustained there. on that accident on Highway 62 over by Eureka Springs. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with those families. Lord, we just thank you for everything that you do for us in our daily lives as we walk. Lord, we just want to keep you first. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home of Arkansas, with all our respect, is not just their motto, it's the way to do business. Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive here in Mountain Home. If you don't know where the nearest roller is to you, give them a call at 870-425-2161, and they'll be glad to help you. Go see them about pre-planning, cemetery services, cemetery plots, funeral services, cemetery plots, mausoleums, and such. They'll be glad to help you. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather, the dam reports, and the lake levels, brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Go there, click on live views, and see what you can see. How's it look today?
Hold on. We got a question first.
Dani ain't getting
Foggy
there.
or clear? Foggy or clear?
You cheat.
I'm not picking.
Today's clear.
Today's clear. You are right. For the most part, I mean, that's very little fog.
A little smoke on the water there, but it's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
That's the White River from Marion County back into Baxter County, Arkansas. The city of Cotter there straight ahead. Rainbow Bridge off to your left. City of Mountain Home would be far to your right. City of Bull Shoals would be far to your left. Straight ahead where you see that little white patch there, and just beyond that is the state of Missouri. It's that's my shot right there.
Yeah, I know. That's why I flipped over to it before we lost it.
You know what I need to do, Scooter?
What's that?
And I'm sure Bob and Linda won't mind a bit. Need to wish my wife a happy birthday today.
You do need. Let's switch back over to this. There.
Uh-oh. No, we don't need that. She knows what I look like.
I know.
She recognizes the voice.
Go ahead and wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, sweetheart.
Happy birthday.
Yep.
We took her out last night.
25 today.
25 today. All right. 25 years young.
I'm a lot smarter than I look.
Yes, you are.
There you go. Back to the pictures.
Okay.
That's a little foggy there. A little lower shot. Zoomed in.
Not bad, though.
That is pretty cool, though.
I'd go out on the river right now. I wouldn't be too worried about that.
No, kind of calm.
Yeah.
Not too much generation going on. I'm going to go through some temperatures as that flips on through. The Z-clips.
The Z-clips.
Today in Mountain Home, right now it's 69 degrees, Harrison 68, Batesville 70, Yeovil 68, Marshall 70, Salem 69, Mountain View is 70, Calico Rock 69, West Plains, Missouri 69, Springfield, Missouri 67, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 72, and St. Louis, Missouri 73. Just a beautiful shot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Contractors Trust down there, Railroad Depot. If you don't know what that is, go to retiredtoarkansas.net. Click on live views. There's 15, 16 different views.
Yeah, there's a number of them on this camera.
Scroll on through. Click on MLS listings. You can see what's available in our area. If you see something that tickles your fancy, give Bob and Linda a call at 870-405-0793. Again, that website is retiredtoarkansas.net.
No train this morning.
No train this morning. Take a look at the radar. A little bit of rain coming across from Oklahoma. It's going to be hitting Arkansas about 11 o'clock. They say we should get some rain about 3, but it's going to be scattered showers. 50% chance of that. There's no telling what we'll actually get, if anything, as the radar is still flickering in and out here. Might be time for an upgrade. Computer upgrade, that is. As you can see, that rain comes into Arkansas about 9 o'clock. Around 10, it starts to dissipate. Around noon, it dissipates, but they say we're going to get scattered showers around 3. So we'll zoom back into the great state of Arkansas and see exactly what's going on here. A little bit of rain right now up around Rogers, light rain in Fayetteville. Fort Smith's getting a little bit heavier showers. Down between Hot Springs and Texarkana, there's some showers there, but they'll be dissipated out by about 9 o'clock. Looks like this afternoon, according to the radar, is going to be fairly clear. So if you're traveling from Fayetteville to Jonesboro, you're going to do it this afternoon, you should be clear. Fort Smith down to Little Rock, Texarkana over to Greenville, Mississippi, it all looks pretty good. But right now, there's a little bit of rain up in the northwest corner. Watches and warnings, severe weather statement in Oklahoma, on the far west side of Oklahoma, along with some severe thunderstorm watches as well over in that area. Arkansas is clear. Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and most of Texas for the best part of it is all clear as well. 7-day forecast, mostly sunny, then a chance of thunderstorms today, about 50% chance. High of 87, thunderstorms tonight, low of 67 degrees. 40% chance of rain tomorrow, high of 84. Friday night, thunderstorms likely, 60%, low of 69. Showers Saturday, 80% chance of rain. Got a fishing trip planned for Saturday. I hope it doesn't ruin that. High of 82. Saturday night, 50% chance of rain, low of 67. Sunday, storms likely, thunderstorms likely. 81 is the high. Sunday night, 65 is the low. And Monday, slight chance of thunderstorms, 88 is the high. Monday evening is going to get down to 67. Tuesday, 30% chance of rain, high of 89. Tuesday is going to be low of 69, and then high of 92 on Wednesday. Going to be get warming back up.
Cooler weather through the week, but we got rain.
Some may be possible. Tree pollen low today, none tomorrow, none on Saturday. I guarantee you tomorrow it's going to have some. Today, grass pollen is high. Tomorrow it's moderate. Saturday is low. Ragweed is moderate today, none tomorrow, none on Saturday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk, 556.33, which is 4.33 above Fool Pool of 552. And Bull Shoals, and they are not generating at Norfolk currently. Bull Shoals, 659.56, which is 5.56 above Fool Pool of 659, and they are currently generating 1. We are still got the drought, but that'll change today. What time they usually change? About noon?
9 o'clock is usually somewhere around 9 o'clock.
And with the rain, they may change that, get us out of what we're in. That's the lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, Century 21 Lee Mack Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetiredArkansas.net is their website. Go there, see what you can find that you like, and give them a call. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back with community news and happenings in just a moment.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. We sell Ferris zero-turn mowers that have patented coil spring suspension. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. We buy, sell, trade new and used mowers. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road in Mountain Home, where your business is appreciated.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your...
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home. Highway 178 east toward the bypass, about a quarter mile off the bypass, just past the corner of Buzzard Roost Cutoff Road. You know you're there when you see mowers in the air. Went by there last night. There's 3 of them hanging up there.
They got 3 up there.
Yep.
They can put 4.
They can put 4?
So there must be an open spot somewhere.
I think they took the one from the top down, and they got your sign pushed all the way to the top.
Oh, okay, that may be.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You can't miss it.
No, you can't miss it. It's Mower Warehouse, Highway 178 East. You know, if you go out there looking for parts, give yourself a chance. Look there instead of Amazon or eBay. Shop local, which is a good idea. They've got all kinds of parts.
I know they've helped me out and been able to either have the part or make the part or
Sales
so
and
far.
service for Ferris mowers.
Yep.
What kind of Ferris mowers?
The cool, how do you say that? You say cool coil spring suspension.
There you go. That's right. Glad
Still
you
haven't drove one of those. You need to go by and drive one.
I may do that. Try to do it over the weekend.
You do a lot of mowing, so you'd be a good person.
Try it out. See what's what. More warehouse. They sell generators.
They do. They had quite a few of them in there. One of them was really nice. I kind of liked it.
And they'll work on about anything.
Yes, any brand, anything you got, just give them a call. They'll take care of you.
Let's see what we got coming up. Pancake breakfast fundraiser at American Legion Post 52 and here in Mountain Home, 7:30 to 11 on July the 28th. Going to be coming up in a week or two. $8 per person, $4 for kids 5 to 12. Kids under 4 free. If you're a World War II veteran or Korean War veterans, you'll eat free. Military, law enforcement, or EMT in uniform will also eat free on that day. Price includes all you can eat pancakes, biscuits and gravy, sausage, coffee, and orange juice. And it's all at 717 Market Street here in Mountain Home at the American Legion. That'll be Saturday, July the 28th. One thing, we've been talking about this quite a bit, Scooter, but it's a big thing going to be happening over in Marion County. It's at Northwest Arkansas Wellness Innovative Readiness Training, July the 11th through the 19th. No cost medical services. First come, first serve. While supply lasts, services include medical and mental health, sports physicals, optometry, dental exams, extractions, and fillings. It's going to be at the Yeovil Summit High School at 1124 Panther Avenue in Yeovil. Hours of operation, the 11th through the 15th will be 9 to 5. The 16th will be 1 to 5. 17th and 18th will be 9 to 5. And July the 19th will be 9 to noon. No new patients will be admitted 1 hour before closing. And if you have any more questions, give Tina Cole a call at 870-741-3678. No insurance required, no identification required. This is a totally no cost to the patient. If you are insured, underinsured, or not insured at all, just go there, get checked out. It's just a wonderful thing. It's not open just to Marion County. It's for all of north central Arkansas. If you're in the viewing area of this TV show, just show up.
It'll be a good thing, and I think next week we're trying to get some of the military guys to come on and talk about it.
People actually doing their checking up stuff, so that'll be good.
Be pretty cool.
There you go. That's about all I've got for community news and happenings, brought to you by Mower Warehouse of Mountain Home. You're watching the morning show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event because you're on your way to paradise.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. This morning, Dani Pugsley is here. She is the chief cook and bottle washer at the Mountain Home Chamber of Commerce.
It's a great title. Yes, all of the above.
I like that.
Well, you know, it's a little bit different. That is not her title.
Right. Actual title is president and CEO, which sometimes that's a pretty big title too. But when there's only 3 people in your office, we all have multiple hats and multiple titles. So ask us a different day, you're going to get a different answer of what our actual
Chief cook
title.
and bottle washer. There you go.
go.
The chamber has been very busy of late. You had red, white, and blue a couple weekends. Well, last weekend.
We did.
Weekend once removed. How successful was it?
Honestly, very successful. You know, now that we have the Placer data software that we can track people, that data goes back to 2017, and the numbers that we pulled from 2017 shows that it's the largest crowd that we've had at least since then.
Wow.
We know that at least 16,000 people visited the campus, only the campus on that Saturday. When you add the rodeo and everything into it for those 2 days between the rodeo, the symphony, and the festival, we had almost 22,000 people and over 24,000 visits. So you had some repeats that came back both days.
How does that work? You have to set something up at the event to know?
No. It's all, I know it sounds crazy. So it's actually a geofence that I do on the platform itself. So what I do is I look at the parameter of the campus, where we knew that people were, from the parking lots to the festival grounds. Now with the walking path, you see people everywhere. There were a few shots where it looked like maybe there wasn't a lot of people, but if you really pan out, they went around the entire perimeter. So that's what we do. We set that geo fence and we say, okay, we want to know who came in and out of this parameter during this time.
And it's triggered by their cell phone?
Triggered by cell phone data.
Okay.
So basically, even on your smartphone, when you tell it, please don't track me, there's always something on that phone that's tracking you. And so what Placer does is it has a contract with those companies that are allowed to track. And so they essentially buy the data and they sell it to us. And so then we're able to see from the zip codes, we know that around 40%, give or take, were from Mountain Home, which means everybody else was from, anywhere from Norfolk to Cotter. But we had over 100 people from California, Colorado. There were large groups. We saw a huge influx from the Jonesboro, Paragould area this time too. But yeah, it uses your cell phone data tracking, and it shows us where they're coming from. It lets us know more of their demographics. It'll break it down, men to women. It'll break it down to their median, their salaries. Just kind of gives you the full demographic of who is coming to the area.
Whoever the phone happens to be registered to.
Exactly.
Wow.
And a lot of times, it may or may not pick up all of the kids. So when you say 16,000 people, it may be more, just based on the amount of kids that are out there.
Can you set it time sensitive to when it picks up? So like around the fireworks show, you could tell how many extra people were there?
It is so specific that I've actually pulled the Placer data for the Mountain Home Farmers Market. So I can tell it that I want it to pick only on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon. And it will do that for me. And it'll break it down by the day. It'll give me a weekly analysis. I can do monthly. Yeah, it's very specific on what you're looking for.
Can you do more than one at a time?
Meaning, like comparing?
Like, can you do Saturday, the farmer's market was happening, but so was red, white, and blue?
Right. So yes, I can compare those. So I can pull them up simultaneously, or we can look at the reports individually. The comparing feature has been really good for us with businesses. We're able to compare any business, like let's say the Walmart here in Mountain Home, I can compare it to the Walmart in West Plains. Jonesboro, I can compare it to a Walmart in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, so you're not bound by just
No.
our boundaries of
No,
of Baxter County or Mountain Home.
I'm
you
not.
can go anywhere.
Anywhere. And that's why it's been so instrumental for us when you're looking at different retail opportunities. It's even as specific as I can put in any one of the shopping centers that's in town. And let's say one of those shopping centers has an empty building. I can go in and put in how many square feet, is available in that shopping center, and it will come back with a report of, based on the space, based on your town demographics, these are the businesses that we think would do really well here. From day one of us using that software, Dunham's Sporting Goods was a 99% match. And when we first started using this, it was, who's Dunham's? I had heard a commercial up in Iowa a time or two, but I really didn't know who this company was. So it's pretty intense, and it's neat how they're always adding new features, new things. There's a new software now, and it's almost like the tapestry segments, to where now that we know the demographics of the people that are coming, I can look into it and I say, okay, there is a large influx of people moving here between the ages of 50 and 60. This is their average, salaries, their demographics, and it's going to pull a report that tells me, okay, based off of what you just told me, these are the stores that they like to shop at. These are the things that they like to look at online. These are the TV shows that they want to watch. It's in live. It's all live. So it'll tell me actual hashtags. This is what they're looking at right now.
Back in the mid-'90s, when I was on the city council here, we would talk to people about coming here. And it would be, okay, but Mountain Home's so small. Population is under 10,000. But my comment would always be, our population in city limits may be under 10,000, but our shopping population is so much greater. And back in mid-'90s, we would tell people, the council as a whole would tell people, it's anywhere from 25 to 30,000. I bet it's way more than that now.
Our trade area, so within a 50-mile radius of the people that come to Mountain Home to do all of their shopping, they work, is 220,000. 220,000 people are using Mountain Home as their hub. If you expand that even 5 miles and do a 55-mile radius, you're getting over 300,000 people, which blows all of our minds. But now that we have the data, not only from Placer, but with the state, we have a partnership. They have a partnership with Entergy. And so there's a website called Site Selection. So anytime I need different data, I can go in and do exactly that. I can put in the mile radius, tell me what we're looking at within 20, 30, 40, 50 miles, how many people are coming, those same demographics. And so that's what we use when we're looking to recruit new retailers to the area.
Scooter, that tells me that we need to change our potential viewing audience from the 250 that we have listed on our stuff to more than that.
Yeah.
Because if it's a 200,000 shopping population, our viewing audience has got to be well over 3.
Oh yeah, easily.
Crazy.
It's crazy, and that's what honestly has helped us, which is why I've gone to a trade show in Dallas the last couple of years for retail. And a lot of times we would tell people, we would love for you to come to Mountain Home, Arkansas. Well, I've had, several people tell me, Dani, your numbers don't make sense. Your population should not be able to sustain what you guys are sustaining. Now we finally have the numbers to back up everything that we've been saying for all of these years. And, for the longest time, I feel like our tourism season was very seasonal. Now I feel like it's year round. I think this summer I cannot wait to see what the numbers actually end up being. I feel like there's been even more people just because of the water levels being down. I mean, when you can still get to Sand Island on the 4th of July, that says something.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're seeing such a huge influx of people coming to this area right now.
We can use the lakes that we actually have. There's a place to park and put
Absolutely.
your boat in. A little bit good. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home at Letty's.
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Dani Pugsley, the President CEO of the Mountain Home Chamber of Commerce, is with us this morning. We talked a little bit before we took the break about the lake levels being down and the ability to camp and to use the lake facilities that we have here, which is a wonderful thing. Mountain Home in this area of Arkansas has always been a tourist area.
Absolutely.
And the accommodations that we have from the Corps of Engineers with these lakes and such, they're improving. The new stores that we have in Mountain Home for people to come here and buy what they need. They don't have to bring it with them. Now they can just buy it here. Dunham's, we mentioned them earlier, has been a great ad for camping supplies and things for the people that come here. What role does the chamber have? How big of a role do they have on getting those type companies to come here?
Well, right now, that is our number one priority. So for us at the chamber, a lot of people don't realize that we are responsible for so much more than just promoting small businesses. That's only a small piece of what we do. So we're working with tourism, we're working with community development, economic development. And what we've really realized in the last few years is that our number one source of revenue in economic development is tourism. As much as, you know, we love the manufacturers that we have in town. Obviously, they employ a lot of people, and I think this town would look completely different if they weren't here. Mm-hmm. We are currently not out recruiting large industry to come to this area. We're just not. But what we are doing is recruiting those retailers. So when people do come here, they have enough places to eat and shop. And we have a lot of local places too. You have Aspire Outdoors. Now we have a lot of things to do. You know, that was something too. People would come and they would say, okay, it's too hot or it's raining. What do I do with my kids? Mm-hmm. Well, now that you've got axe throwing, you have mini golf, you have the Mountain Mystery Escapes, we're getting a skating rink. I feel like we finally have a lot of different activities for people to do. But for the chamber specifically, that is a lot of what I do on a day-to-day basis, is making sure that Mountain Home in our region, it's not just the city limits of Mountain Home, we're the Mountain Home Area Chamber. So taking a regional approach and making sure that we're competitive. So when businesses are looking to relocate, or if somebody reaches out to the Arkansas Economic Development Commission and they say, okay, we need X amount of acres, this is what we're looking for, what communities, who would be a good fit for us? We want to make sure that they're calling us. And we've gotten some of those phone calls, and it's always a crazy, hectic moment when they do. I was telling some people last night that the week before Red, White, and Blue, I had 3 phone calls that week for NDA, which are non-disclosure, just interest. One was from the state, a couple are from different developers, and they want to know everything that they can about certain pieces of property or what's available, and you have to drop everything and make it happen.
Because
So-
if you snooze, you lose.
Exactly. You know, right now it's very competitive. We all want to bring new things to our communities, and so right now, yeah, it's who can get there first. So
What keeps Mountain Home from getting a Target or some big store like that?
you know, a lot of the box stores, the bigger ones, it really comes down to the population itself. Now, do I think that more people are probably willing to at least have those conversations with us sooner rather than later? Absolutely. But a lot of times, and I think Target's one of those interesting companies that what they realized during COVID is they do very well online shopping. And so a lot of those larger box retailers are almost hesitant to go in and put in new stores when they know so many people are shopping online. But there's definitely, you know, a few things that are on our radar. It's a slow process. This stuff, you know, to get people here, it's a lot of times it's not a quick thing.
Is there anything that you can talk about that is coming?
I can't. No. I know there's so many rumors, and I love getting online sometimes and just seeing what people are saying, what's coming, what's not coming. And sometimes, you know, I would love to say things, but I just can't. I know everybody in town wants the Aldis, and I just, please know that we've talked to them. You're struggling over there this morning.
It's one of those things. So.
You know, with Aldi's, it's just a matter of finding the right piece of property, finding the right, you know, land. They want to be, you know, and that's the other thing with some of these companies is they want to be in specific locations. They want to be in close proximity to other retailers. So to find that perfect piece of property, it's not always just an easy overnight fix. And then you're in Arkansas, which means there's a lot of rock. So sometimes you find that perfect piece, but the utility lines aren't there, or it's too rocky, and there's all these underlying infrastructure factors that a lot of people don't realize that might, you know, cause a business to pull out of what they were wanting to do.
And another thing that hinders us a little bit is the distribution to get here.
We don't talk about that. Yes, absolutely. Mountain Home, it's one of those places that we're not the easiest to get to, but once you're here, you're here. We would love for 412 to be completely widened all the way from Memphis to Oklahoma. Will it happen in my lifetime? Probably not. Maybe. But it's all the more reason, too, why we've been trying to work with the Baxter County Airport. We see the importance in that airport and expanding the runway. Being allowed to get larger planes, that could be huge for us. And especially with the location of the airport being across from the industrial park, being able to get goods in and out, I think that's imperative for us, too.
You're going to the city council tonight to visit with them, and what is it about?
We are. So we are asking for, basically, we want to have a partnership with the city. We want to have a partnership with the city and the county for economic development purposes. In 2012, the Chamber actually established an economic development organization, and it's the North Central Arkansas Chamber Foundation. It's the 501c3. It's kind of sat there for a while. We feel that we are finally in that stage where we're ready to get that EDO truly up and running. If we want to continue to be able to grow, be successful, and I know, change and growth can be scary at times, but for us, it's all about that sustainable growth. A lot of these developers and retailers, they're coming whether we want them to or not, but we want to make sure that we're a unified front, so when they are calling, they know who to call. So by going into a financial partnership with the city and the county, it really gets us all on the same page. I would become the point of contact for that EDO. It would allow us to free up my time really to focus on economic development. Right now, we don't have a single person in the city or the county that focuses solely on economic development. We all do bits and pieces of it. And just like I said, infrastructure, there's so many little components to it. But by going into a financial partnership, there's an investment. This would be a completely separate board. This is completely different than the chamber. So there will be a board that approves everything. It's not, well, this is what Dani wants and Dani's making the decisions. It doesn't work that way. It would be a collective decision. And it's everything from grant writing, it's bringing in those retailers, it's offering incentives, it's helping with workforce development. Workforce development is a huge passion of mine, and I think that's coming from the education side. It was always disheartening to me as a teacher when I would ask my students, how many of you want to come back when you graduate? And only a few of them would raise their hand. So what can we be doing now to make sure that these kids want to come back? You know, our school district and the college have great partnerships with all of our CTE programs, our industrial certificates. So again, it's just getting the word out about what we are doing and being that liaison, that person in the middle that can kind of help with some of these conversations.
What are you going to be asking for at the council meeting?
So we are asking for $40,000 from City Council. That would be, it's a one-time ask annually. So the way that the law is written, we have to go back annually. And so that would go into effect January 1, 2024. So it would be a $40,000 commitment for the year. That money we have tied back to line items that were in our economic development strategic plan that we established a year and a half ago with Jim Fram. So everything that Jim told us, okay, these are your goals, these are your objectives, they're tangible things that you can do. We went through and we said, okay, this is where money would be aligned with each item that we want to do. If the money were to come through, then we would go quarterly to report to City Council, Quorum Court, and let them know exactly what we've been working on, how many business licenses, how many jobs have been created, how much money is being put into the community, how many homes are being built. All of that would be something that I would report on. But by having this money, it would allow me to really devote a lot of my time to it. Like I mentioned, you know, when I get those phone calls a week before Red, White, and Blue, and there's 3 of us in the office, and thank goodness we have our summer intern, Lauren Dewey, helping us. When you have to drop everything that you're doing and focus your time on that, then that means other things in the office are getting sidelined. And so right now, with all of our money, our revenue coming in, it's from our membership dues and from events that we have. So this would just help us have a dedicated revenue stream. And with the state, with the Arkansas Economic Development Commission, in order to be considered, to be a competitive community, you have to show that you have a revenue stream, a secure revenue stream that's coming in from somewhere other than membership dues and from, you know, the event, a bowling tournament or a golf tournament.
Are you asking for like money from the county?
We are. So we will also, we spoke with them yesterday, and we will also go Tuesday evening to Quorum Court, and we're going to have the same ask. We want there to be an investment, you know, and we mentioned earlier, we don't just represent Mountain Home. We are all of Baxter County. We're the Mountain Home, you know, we are the area chamber. It's a regional approach. We want to make sure that everybody in this county has a voice and that we're actively working on every community, not just the city limits. I mean, I live in Cotter, so there's, you know, a lot of times there's so many cool things that are going on in Cotter, and we just think that this money and this partnership is really going to allow us to expand on what we're doing.
Where would you suspect the city of Mountain Home would get the money from? Just general revenue?
General revenue. Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be an extra tax, or wouldn't
absolutely not.
Nothing asked for.
Absolutely not. You know, and I'll be honest, in our strategic plan that Jim presented to us, it was mentioned, you know, right now our A&P tax, which is used for advertising and promotion, is just within the city limits of Mountain Home. So it only comes from the hotels and what lodging opportunities are actually in the city limits, which aren't a lot. A lot of it is in the county. So Jim had suggested that we expand that A&P tax to the county. That's in the plan. However, we've talked to several of our resorts that are within the county, and they said, you know what, we're just not there yet. We're not ready to do that. And we said, okay, we respect that. But in transparency, we left it in the plan. We left it to, what we've given to the city council, to the quorum court, and just let them know this is on our radar. But it's not something that we are actively trying to pursue to get a tax. Would I love that? Sure. I mean, you look at Paragould, they have a tax for economic development that never sunsets. So it's just this constant revenue stream coming in for that. But no, by no means are we asking anybody for additional money, taxes, anything like that.
Time for a quick break. You're watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. We sell Ferris zero-turn mowers that have patented coil spring suspension. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. We buy, sell, trade new and used mowers. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road in Mountain Home, where your business is appreciated.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town.
Welcome back to The Morning Show on XL7-TV. Dani Pugsley, the president and CEO of Mountain Home Chamber. It should be Mountain Home Area Chamber of Commerce. Is that right?
Mountain Home Area Chamber of Commerce, yes.
Are there other little chambers around?
There are. So we have the Cotter-Gassville Chamber, you have the Lake Norfolk Chamber, and then you get into Marion County, you've got Bull Shoals, Flippin. There's a lot of little ones that
y'all play nice together?
We do. They've got, I really respect the people that run those smaller chambers because they're all volunteers. So when you look at the events, even just the fireworks on the lake and the Cotter Trout Festival and stuff like that, that's all volunteer ran as well. They don't have paid staff. So these people are working full-time jobs while trying to run their chambers.
But to clear that up, you don't have a lot of paid staff either.
No, we definitely don't. But, we have 3 more people than they do. And so when you look at some of the things that they're doing, yeah, it's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Does the chamber have anything to do with the celebration of lights at ASU Mountain Home?
We, so that is ran by the college. Where we help is with, this year we're hoping to help with some of the marketing of that. And then I can come in with the placer data and tell them who's coming, where they're coming from. And again, going back to that data, then it helps us market. If we know where the people are coming from, that's how we do our targeted ads. And so that's what we did for red, white, and blue this year. We had all the data from last year. We knew where people were coming from. So this year, when it was time to market for the 5K, the car show, we did geofences around those specific zip codes to make sure that those people saw the ads again, so they knew, oh, red, white, and blue's coming up. I better make sure that I'm there. So same way with the Coulter Celebration of Lights.
But last year you guys did a house, what was that, parade of homes for Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah. So the chamber, the last few years, we have done, the Christmas lights. So anybody in the community that decorates their homes, all they have to do is to fill out a form, and then we take their address and we do a little route that lets people know that they can go and look at all the Christmas lights. They get to vote on it. And then along with the Christmas lights, we also did a shop at home campaign last year to help us figure out how much money is actually being spent within our community, which was from the businesses that participated, which were around 40 of them. It was almost $500,000 that was kept right here in our area during the holiday season. And so we're really looking forward to maybe adding more businesses to that this year. And all it was is anytime you would visit one of the participating businesses and you purchased something, you would fill out a piece of paper with your name and phone number. If you felt comfortable telling us how much you spent, great. If not, that's fine too. And then you would just put it in a box. And then at the end, our team went and we picked up all of those little pieces of paper and we painstakingly added up how much money was written on those tickets. So
that geofencing is a wonderful thing. When Mountain Home hosts like the American Legion baseball tournament or the different softball and baseball tournaments they have at city parks, you would be able to tell them pretty much what kind of numbers came to those.
Absolutely. The NICA bike races. The only time that it gets difficult is when you really start to expand the area. So we wouldn't be able to, let's say, do the lake just because of, it's massive. Even Red, White, and Blue Festival, we have to close our parameter a little bit just because it's very specific. Like we can geofence, and Placer helped me get just the city limits of Mountain Home, but trying to do the whole county, it's just not there yet. But we can do it into small communities.
Let's go back to the A&P tax that we talked about briefly a moment ago. The citizens of Mountain Home don't pay that.
They do not. Nope.
How much is it?
It's a 2% tax. So it's a 2% tax for anybody that comes and they stay in the area. So whenever it's all about heads and beds. You know, when you bring people to the area, whether it's for festivals like Red, White, and Blue or fishing tournaments or baseball tournaments, anybody that checks into a short-term rental essentially pays that 2% tax that goes to the A&P Commission. The commission then, they have their board, they have the treasurer, all of that. They have a budget that they work with, and anybody in the community can go to them and say, okay, we're having this event. We would like X amount of money to help with that. Whether it's the concert series or, Red, White, and Blue. The stipulation is they will give you funding for up to 3 years. After that, they want to make sure that your event is sustainable, which is fair. Where they help the chamber is we go every year and ask for money to help us mail out all of those magazines that we mail out. So it helps with the postage there. It helps us when we take out ads with Arkansas.com, whether it be their magazines, everything online, the A&P Commission helps us pay for those. We also have a partnership with the Ozark Mountain region. We're in a co-op, so we get discounted pricing on all of that. But that's where A&P really helps the tourism sector, and it really helps the chamber be able to do that. Advertising is not cheap, and right now social media advertising, it's not cheap. But having that partnership with them allows us to get our name out there. The amount of magazines that we're sending out, it blows my mind. I know we're doing a mailing today, and just within less than a month, we're up to 350 magazines that are going out. And those are organic leads. People that are either coming directly to our website, or they're going to Arkansas.com and they're honing in on our area.
And they're asking for it.
They're asking for it, or they're going to Ozark Mountain region and they want to know. I think our numbers are definitely higher right now too because of the eclipse. I think a lot of people are planning their vacations for April 8th, 2024. They're looking for places to stay.
It's not that far off.
It's crazy when you've been working on it for 2.5 years and you can finally say that, oh, wow, it's going to be here before we know it. But you have a lot of communities, I know, like Russellville, their hotels and stuff are filling up. I think they're actually full. And so as these communities start to fill up, you're really limited to what you have. So I think a lot of people right now are trying to figure out their plans and what they're going to do. And
it's really going to be that big of a thing, huh?
It's that big of a thing. You know, like we were saying, 16,000 people were on the campus of the college. And, 40% of that is people from Mountain Home. Well, what they're predicting is when the eclipse happens, yeah, there's going to be 16,000 people, but that's additional. That's not including your people from Mountain Home and Cotter and your local folks. This is 16 to 20,000 people from out of state, out of the country that are coming because we are directly in the path of totality.
And what are you planning for that?
Right now, we are actually trying to just help all of the other communities with their events. So I know the college is working to do an Eclipse Festival. Stone Creek Ranch is doing something. I believe a lot of the little communities or smaller communities are trying to have small events. And the reason why we suggested that was just because of traffic. When you're bringing in thousands of people and your population's going to double, what can we do to keep everyone safe and everyone in a secured location? We're even working with the Baxter County Airport to do a fly-in. So if those people want to fly in, they stay put. We want to make sure that there's food truck options, there's a viewing area, they can watch the eclipse, and then they can fly right back home and they never get on 412 and they don't block the traffic. So that's kind of what the Chamber's role has become, is just that liaison between everybody. Even OEM, you have to, in working with the hospital, with the ambulances, and making sure that we've got stations set up all around the county. They're telling us that cell phone service is not going to be good, just because of the influx of people that are coming.
To an old guy, not that I am one, it sounds a little UFO,
It does. I struggled with it at first too, until we really started to work with Arkansas, with the Arkansas folks, with tourism, and listen to the communities that went through the same thing in 2017, what they went through. And everybody that we've talked to, and even people in our local area that traveled for that eclipse in 2017, they'll tell you too. It was bumper to bumper traffic. People were camping on the side of the road.
Unbelievable.
They were running out of gas. They run out of groceries. And so that's kind of our job too at the Chamber, is just to remind people, especially those that live here, please stock up, get everything that you need before. Please don't wait until the Friday before the eclipse to try to go stock up for the week, because it's just not going to happen. We have a lot of people too that rent out their homes. You can make your mortgage payment, rent your house out for a few days. If you have a camper, you can stay in the camper in your backyard, or maybe you just want to get out of the state of Arkansas during the eclipse. But I think it's going to be a really neat event. The school district, the college will be closed that day. No students will be in school, just because with the eclipse finishing at pretty much 3:10, so around the time the kids would be getting out of school, just for safety concerns, there's no way that we could put kids on school buses and have them stuck in traffic.
Wow. Where would do it?
I know it's a lot. And that's the thing, is the more people we talk to, there's so many different things that you have to consider for events like this.
We've only got about a minute left. Where would our area be without an active chamber?
That's a great question. Our chamber right now, being the community the size that we are, we have almost 600 members, which says a lot. There's a lot of small businesses, and then there's a lot of manufacturers and larger industries that are here. And in my opinion, our job is to help promote, to get the word out about our area, to make sure that we have those tourists and those visitors who are shopping in these stores. They're eating in our restaurants. They're bringing revenue to our community. Our job is to help, even the hospital promote their job openings. The hospital being the largest employer in North Central Arkansas. If the hospital, the school, the college go away, our community dies. And so our job is to help make sure that never happens.
And without the tourism that comes here on an annual basis, we're dead.
We are, and it's scary to think that way, but if Baxter County Forward and in 2018 taught us anything, our population was declining. 32% of our population is over the age of 65. We have to make sure that these younger kids are wanting to stay in the area and that we are refilling the jobs.
Because the key word there is retirees.
Yes.
Those
And we
people
love
don't want to work. We love them. We're
love
glad
them.
they're here. Someday Scooter will be there. But they don't want to do the work that we have here.
Exactly.
And without them, we're lost. Without the retirees, we're lost. Without the people coming back to work, we're lost. Well, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for letting me be here.
You've been watching The Morning Show on XL7-TV. We'll see you tomorrow.